Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And to anybody new to the channel, and I guess this would hold true even if you're not new to the channel, every Saturday we attempt to bring you bolo videos. Now, you're probably asking, what's a bolo? It's be on the lookout. These are all items that we've picked up, and we give a little explanation of why we bought them, why they sold, what we did right, what we did wrong, and so on. And hopefully you get a little bit out of this, and you're able to profit off of this. That's really what it all comes down to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And why don't you take it away, Mr.
Right.
Dash Magazine?
Yeah, that is me. All right, Hot Wheels. Everyone loves Hot Wheels. Men, children, even some women, I think. Anyways,
Probably.
you can find these out there. This is a vintage collection. Now it's a reproduction of the original Red Lines.
Okay, so that when it says vintage collection, it's on the shelves today.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they've been making them for like 20 years now, but they do go for good money. You can find them at garage sales and even loose out of the package. You're gonna they'll look mint obviously compared to a vintage one, but they do sell. I took an $18 bid on this one, and just to give you an idea what it looks like if you see them out there. And they made a lot of them, so they're not hard to find.
And what are they, like $1? I don't know.
You can pick them up for $3, $4, $5, but again, you can double or triple your money. And there's some rare ones that go for $50.
Now, one quick question on it.
Sure.
I'm thinking that there's obviously an easy way to differentiate that if it weren't on card from the original.
Yeah, definitely. Underneath it'll have this vintage logo that's in the corner here. On the bottom of it.
So that's good to know as well, because somebody or other out there who doesn't know Hot Wheels but has heard the term red line, like me,
Sure.
might be out at a sale and say, oh my gosh, they've got red lines. So do check on the bottom.
Yeah.
You buy them loose and you're paying $3 a piece. You think you're stealing them. You get home and you're paying retail on them.
Right.
Loose.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Yep, for sure. All right, next. Wrestling. Everyone loves wrestling. Everyone loves eating.
Some people love that too much.
I know, I do. So this is a TV dinner tray. Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior. I think sold for $23. But the point is, wrestling isn't the only dinner trays. They've had movie ones, E.T., Star Wars, you name it, endless from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and they generally go for $20 to $30. There's some rare ones, obviously, but I'm sure you can see them. And this is all banged up, and I got $23 out of it.
Well, and it makes me wonder, and I'm going to do a little searching after the show. Even just the kitschy-looking TV dinner ones from the 1950s with the old patterns and the old style, I bet those probably have money too.
Yeah,
and you could definitely find those cheap.
Sure.
Why don't you real quick explain to people, show the second picture if you could, and explain to people what a TV dinner tray is.
Yeah, those are the legs. They fold out. If you're in a recliner or even in bed, they can sit on your lap basically, or on a little table, whatever works for you.
Because I don't know if a lot of I don't know how hot we are with the millennial crowd, but they may not even know what a TV dinner tray is.
True, yeah, or a TV dinner.
That's true. Stofers.
Yes.
We are not sponsored by Stofers. However, if they're willing to sponsor us, we will accept.
They're still around?
Hopefully. As long as our check clears.
Good for them. So, more die-cast toys made by Ertl. They did a John Deere line. It's very popular. This is a very small scaled one. It went for $16, but again, you can see these out there. They're very cool, loose, even looser, worth money. They have larger ones that go for hundreds of dollars, rare ones. So definitely grab those if you can pick them up somewhere.
And where was this sold at? Any idea?
Oh, well, it could, definitely. I think Toys R Us would have had them back in the day.
Okay.
But I think some of those other,
like the Tractor
Dick's and
Supply.
Yeah, exactly. I think they would certainly have them.
And
as
a
well.
John Deere store, that sort of thing.
Sure. Yeah. All right, this comic is Marvel Comics Mighty Thor, Volume 1, Issue 134. I'm not up on the current reason this sold for $76. You might be.
I think it has to do with the Warlock and him, but don't quote me on that.
All
Yep.
right. But it did go for $76. It was in VG condition. So anything from this line is going to be good anyways, but this was a better one, obviously.
Nice. Nice. Good old Silver Age comics.
Yeah.
And you can find them out there once in a while. Although the superheroes are tough to find in the wild because, estate sales, those are usually the first things grabbed by people.
Yeah.
But you can actually do okay buying even the off-brand, the Archies and the Funny Animal stuff, because you can tend to get them cheap on the second day of sale because people leave them around.
Sure.
Yep.
Continue with more comics. I picked up a Transformer collection probably about a year ago, and this was sitting in a comic box. Had no idea it was worth this kind of money, but it is Transformers Universe Issue 1. I think it's from a convention, rare alternative cover. Went for $565.
Well, and the biggest thing that jumps out at me at that is it had 16 bids.
Yeah.
And again, I think that this, more than anything else, shows why we put things at auction first.
Well, again, I was just going to say this story. I knew this was good like the day it was listed because a guy, oddly enough, a buyer contacted me and said, it's my son's birthday. He needs this in a couple days. I'll give you $50, and if you could ship it to me, priority mail.
Oh, that was nice of him.
I'm like, that is nice, but, that is not our policy, and I made another $515 over his offer. So hold out for the big bucks. It's worth it. And,
speaking of holding out for the big bucks.
Yeah, this is a kahuna here. Playboy Volume 1, the third issue ever, February 1954. Marilyn, not Monroe, Marilyn Waltz is in this, and this is the highest graded ever, CGC 9.6. I think there's a few in existence. We looked into that. I bought a huge collection of adult magazines and Playboys, and there was a complete run of Playboys from issue 1. So I'm getting issue 1 through the first 3 years all graded, so 36 issues. They're starting to come back now. I took $11,500 on this one. I figured I'm doing pretty well.
Can't argue with that.
I can't argue with that.
No, that's a nice little return there.
Yeah.
And because it was high grade, well, obviously it's very high grade at 9.6.
Right. Yeah.
Which actually is, and I know we've talked about this before on grading, but it actually is amazing when you get down to it that a magazine, because there's so many spots for potential defects.
Yeah.
9.6. It makes you wonder what's going on with sports cards because
yeah, tell me about
it. Why isn't everything a 10 on a sports card compared to
especially everything new should be, but couldn't argue with this one. Very happy with that price, and I can use the money with all the buying I'm doing right now. So perfect timing.
Well, this next item, which is the first one I have, is going to be a bit of a letdown then. But I brought this one up for a couple of different reasons. You're going to see that it doesn't show as being sold. It was sold. The reason why it doesn't show is because I had a multitude. Okay. And when you use quantity, it doesn't necessarily show up as sold because you still have more of them available.
Gotcha.
It's UAW-CIO Union 1950s Unused Vintage Authorization Card Automobile Aircraft.
Okay.
I got $9 out of it plus $2 shipping, which I listed it back in 2008. I probably had a stack of, 25 or 30 of these. I believe I have 16 left, 18 left, something or other like that. They do not fly off the shelves. But I did show this for a couple of different reasons. Number one, I know that a lot of people say don't use the quantity or do use the quantity, only put up 5 at a time and that sort of thing as you want to create the thing of scarcity.
Yeah.
I had 25, I have 16 left. That's how scarce it is. These probably are the only ones left in the world. I can't imagine anybody else has these. I don't care. And the reason why is it's not like somebody's going to say, oh my gosh, I need to buy a business reply card. Let me get on that right away. Although the person that bought it did buy 2 of these, believe that or not. Wow. So I don't know why. But the other reason why I don't subscribe to that theory is because a lot of times you forget to relist, and then they end up sitting somewhere or other, and you make no sales.
Yeah, that's how we are.
And I would rather make the sales and leave a little bit of money on the table than forget about it and never make the sales. So that is my personal philosophy on that. The other reason I brought this up is because I got $9 out of a business reply card. That's something that most people probably would not list. So you just never know what might sell out there.
Well, I guarantee if you got those graded, they would be the highest graded ever.
I would hope so. I would hope. Oh, that's probably what a guy bought too. He's going to get the better one graded. Yeah, see, he knew what he was doing. Yeah. If he comes back and buys the other 16.
Well, yeah, you know what's up.
Next item we have over here is Career Guild Spring 1988 Circular Professional Woman Fashion. Didn't really know how to describe it, what keywords to use, so I just said professional woman because, again, the lady in the cover is a business lady, et cetera, et cetera. But this is literally just an advertising circular. I'm sure down below I told how many pages, 40 pages, 9 by 11. Just fashion, and, I got $34 out of something or other that most people would have thrown away.
Yeah.
And I think that is one thing that if you watch these BOLO videos regularly, list the stuff that nobody else has listed. I'm sure this probably, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say that over the history of the universe, there have been fewer than 5 of these offered for sale on any platform.
Yeah.
Probably the only one ever, but.
Well, I have a lot of catalogs with professional women in them, but just not the same,
hey, now, this is a family show. Next item we have over here is Burr McIntosh Monthly, October 1904, Halloween Jack-o'-lantern Teddy Roosevelt.
Perfect timing.
Well, it's actually not a Jack-o'-lantern Teddy Roosevelt. That would be nice to see.
Yeah.
But I did get the $76 out of it. This is a title that does sell regularly when you do find it. You do tend to, for some reason or other, I don't know if it's because it's string bound, I don't know if it's because it's an odd size, these do tend to get damaged. Now, have you had these before?
I've had, I don't know if it's the same title, but I certainly have had magazines like that, yes.
Yeah, and they tend not to be in high grade just for whatever reason. Yeah. But I put the content up, and then I put the jack-o'-lantern, and that's probably the reason why it sold.
I would think so.
But I don't know offhand. But again, I got $76 out of it. Cannot argue with something or other like that because I picked it up at an estate sale, and I probably paid a couple of bucks for it.
Nice.
Next item over here, I regularly talk about stay in your lane and know your niche, which my niche is paper, your niche is magazines. But we both also talk that if you see something or other oddball, see something or other that you think is good, go outside your lane for that, but you don't want to get bogged down in it. Yeah. Well, I paid $3 for this at Madison Bachville, as a matter of fact, and anybody who likes haul videos, definitely do check out the Madison Bachville video. It's got a smiling face of primetime treasure hunter there in the thumbnail, so you can find it easily enough. You see the neat things that you pick up at an, basically a antique flea market is basically what it is.
And the suspense of the lead-in is killing me.
There you go.
There we go. It's like 4 minutes of talking. 3, really.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Ready Kilowatt. It's a bib. It's a little baby's bib. It's got a little Bo Peep, little boy blue. I did take $35 on this, which, again, isn't the kind of thing that I normally buy, but I saw it and I said, who has Ready Kilowatt bibs? Turns out a few people have them.
Wow.
And they ask about $20 is about what they usually go for. But they don't use the keywords with Little Bo Peep. They didn't use Little Boy Blue, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So for whatever reason, they may not put it in the same category I did. I put it in the collectibles utilities category.
Oh, smart.
And again, it went for $35 when other people were getting $22. Which goes to show you whether it's the feedback, whether it's because of the category, whether it's because of the picture, whether it's because of the keywords. And notice I did put the second picture up, I did zoom in on it, and then the second picture showed the entire item, so you see exactly what it is. Another important thing down over here, I did mention the measurements down below, which, in case people have that question, it saves you having to answer it. So, again, picked it up for $3, sold it for $35 or whatever it was it went for. Cannot argue with that because it's not what I usually sell.
Exactly, yeah. Perfect.
Next item we have over here is just kind of a very interesting item. I couldn't find comps on it. I ended up taking $55 on it. Mm-hmm. I was asking $124 because I made a number up. Could not find comps on it. And actually, it's funny. I did sell it to a online auction house. Wow. They purchased it. So I'm going to watch to see what they end up selling it for in theirs. They would probably have a Star Trek auction coming up or something like that. It's Tamberline the Great, playbill, William Shatner, debut January 30th, 1956. If I remember right, this is the third week. He made his Broadway debut on January 16th.
That's awesome.
Yep, very so the first picture I had in there showed his name in the credits. Now, unfortunately, there were no pictures of him or anything. Yeah. But again, there was...
I'm sure he looks the same. He hasn't aged that much, believe it or not. For 90 years old, he looks like he's like 60.
But it's it's one of those deals. There were no comps on it. I threw a price on it. It didn't sell at auction. Then I got a $55 offer, and I said, hey, I'm more than happy to take $55 on it because I paid $1 on it. Yeah. Hopefully the person that buys it, well, again, they're an online auction house. I'm certain they're going to make money on it as well. Good for them. I made money. They make money. We're all happy.
Yeah.
And the last item we have over here, McCormick Armstrong Company, 1952 Rumpus Room Art, Casey at the back, Casey Jones.
Oh, cool.
This is an interesting piece. I picked it up for $1 at a estate sale. It did go for $99. I don't think anybody knew how to market it. But I mean, look at these graphics.
Yeah. Just
great graphics on it.
What's the size of it? Regular size or small?
It turns into they're 8 3/8 by 10 7/8 each. Wow. When I listed all the various things, John Henry, Casey at the back, Casey Jones, and it was put out by Wichita, Kansas company. Still had the original. Now you're probably asking, how did you know it was Rumpus Room art?
Actually, it wasn't, but then it's good to know now.
Because there's the original mailer that says Rumpus Room art.
All right, perfect.
But I did a whole bunch of different pictures of it. And again, somebody just came, it took since 2020 to sell it, but I got $99 out of $1. I'm more than willing to wait that period of time for it. Really, really neat looking things. I don't know what the gentleman's going to do. Maybe he is going to break it apart and put it up. Who knows? But again, there's no comps in this kind of thing. None of them were out there. I couldn't find very much out about the company. Couldn't find very much about it. So I put $99 on it just because. Yeah. Why not?
Nice.
And somebody or other paid the full boat on it. But that's where multiple pictures and that kind of thing, because it's hard to describe what it is without these pictures.
Right. Exactly.
So hopefully that helps you some. Do click down below. Or comment down below. Or click the like and comment down below. Do everything. Just do everything. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing better than I know what you're doing. And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.